We're now joined by our second place finisher, Taylor Gray. Taylor, thank you for joining us. If you have a question for Taylor, we'll get you a microphone. We'll start in the back with Jordan.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. You're racing Suarez in the closing laps. There's some contact. How are you approaching that? And are you even thinking about what would happen if contact with him ends up costing him the win, or he spins out, or anything of that nature?
Yeah, I see where you're getting at with that question. But, yeah, no, I'm going to race everybody the same way, right? It doesn't matter if it was Daniel or whoever else. Like, I'm not going to go wreck a guy to go win a race. Like, that wouldn't be very satisfying to me, right? It's just not me. It's not who I am. It was who I was at one point in my career for sure, but just not that guy anymore. But yeah, no, it was fun. Was fighting really hard with Daniel. It was it was a fun battle. Got into him, like, we had a really tight corner into 2 into 3, and I felt like I didn't mean to obviously run him in the grass. Just ran out of room, and didn't really feel right for me to go take the lead from him after that happening. So I kind of checked up, let him gather it up, and let us race on. And then, just had to kind of let him know, I guess, I was there in the last corner. Just give him a little shot. Wasn't enough to really get him loose. I wanted to get him a little free to try to get to his right side, but wasn't quite enough.
Go up here to the front.
Hi, over here, Taylor. What can you describe? What is your favorite part of this race so far? The energy of the fans, that battle with Suarez. How do you enjoy this race?
Yeah, I think first of all, the atmosphere the fans brought was incredible. Honestly, the atmosphere was great. Especially, even though I was so mad and sad or whatever, sitting in the stadium section whenever Daniel won. It was cool to see all the crowd getting pumped up and hyped up. If I would have won, I probably think they probably wouldn't have been that stoked, but it was cool to see that. But yeah, no, I think racing with Daniel was fun. I think the racetrack was super cool. It was super fun. I thought I was a little reserved about it going into the weekend. Just didn't know how it was going to race, and with it being a little bit narrower. And but no, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a great race. I thought the racetrack raced really well.
Go to Bob. Yeah, right there.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. I have two. The first, just kind of what you see on the crazy restart when Zilich and Ty got into each other and almost took Daniel out too.
Zilich just bombed it off in there. I don't know what else you want me to say. That's really about it. I like Connor a lot. He gets really aggressive on road courses, but he's really fast. He can do that. So yeah, he puts himself in bad spots, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And I think I know the answer to this question, but just want to make sure. NASCAR said they weren't going to call Suarez for cutting the course on that because they said he was forced off. So did you feel like you forced him off? Yeah,
100%. Yeah, no, I don't think he should have got penalized for that. No, I did the same thing whenever the Zilich wreck. I was forced off. If I would have tried to make the corner, I would have center punched the tire barrier, so I cut the grass. So no, I think that's fair game. I don't think he should have gotten penalized for that at all. I thought it was really hard racing, and there was no intent for me to force him off. Right, just ran out of room, and it was one of those things. And I felt like it was the right thing for me to let him gather it back up.
Any final questions for Taylor? Wrap up here in the middle.
Hello, Mr. Taylor. First of all, congratulations. Did you at any point in the race were able to feel the almost at this moment mythical energy that every category series speaks about when they enter now Estadio GNP, the crowd cheering, or were you able to feel the energy of the fans?
I think. Yes and no, right? You're so focused on what you have to do, right? Whenever I'm chasing down Daniel with 6 to go, whatever it was, whenever we went back green. I'm focused on what do I have to do to get to him, right, and make that pass. Definitely, under pace laps, though, it was crazy, man. There's people jumping on the fence for Daniel. It was wild. I've never seen anything like it.